Hi friends, you are watching Down Performance Engineering YouTube channel. Today we are going to see about what are the impact of lowering kit on Yamaha R15 bikes and what are the advantage and disadvantage of it. Okay, first we are going to install custom made lowering kit on Yamaha R15 version 4 bike. Okay, and this is the stock one with 50 kg load, height of the customers, and after installing lowering kit the height will be reduced this much only, and we are going to make several tests like ground clearance test for several lowering kits for height issues and load issues, and we are going to check about off-roading on this R15 with custom made lowering kit. This will clearly explain you how much of impact on the load with lowering kit on that bike. And next we are going to check about the shock absorber and suspension system with lowering kit. How much the load test on this bike, maximum load carrying capacity on different types of lowering kit. Some impact will be happen or not. First, this is the stock one with 50 kg load. This much height will be in stock one. And after installing lowering kit, let's check it out. After this kind of stock one height, the rider will be feel very uncomfortable while taking bike in reverse in small street and in traffic condition to manage the bike in. So that's why we make a custom made lowering kit. We have 10 mm to 40 mm, 4 different sizes, and we are going to check about these 4 sizes on this R15 bike with load. This will clearly explain you how much of impact on this bike. Basically, the stock one have more clearance between the wheel and then chassis, but in lowering kit the height will be definitely reduced, so some impact will be definitely happen. Okay, this is stock one. They have some gap between the tire and mudguard and then chassis, so this is enough for R15, but the height is not very comfortable for the rider, so that's why we need to remove the stock one and installing 10 mm or different types of custom lowering kit. Okay, after installing lowering kit, this much of height will be reduced. Actually, this is 30 mm with 50 kg load and 80 kg pillion seat, and then height will be this much will be reduced, and the gap between the pillion seat and then chassis will be reduced. When pillion seat person have 80 kg load, you see the gap between the tire and then chassis will be too much of reduced, and then mudguard and the tail number plate also gap will be reduced, but this kind of height will be not good for in off-roading. And then bike poster also very changed. You see the pillion seat will be too much of reduced height when comparing to front part of the suspension system and then rear part also. The bike look also damaged fully because back seat will be fully go down, so that will be not look nice to this bike. So we are going to check how much of gap between the chain and that because when height also swing arm also going up means the chain tension also reduced, some noise will be definitely come. When the swing arm will be adjustment like the customer lowering kit, so the chain will be very tension in off-roading, and then gap between the swing arm and then chassis is also reduced. Okay, let's check it out with in speed brake testing. 80 kg plus 60 kg, some noises will be come. In speed brake, 4-inch speed brake. You see the gap between the swing arm and the chassis will be too much of reduced. You see the gap, it's not nice in off-roading. Too much of bouncing and too much of dampering. In this kind of condition, the tire and the chassis will be definitely hit in certain speed. So we need to change this 30 mm to another set. You see some part will be hitting the tire and then chassis also touched. The gap also too much of reduced with 30 mm lowering kit with load of 60 plus 80 kg in off-roading. So let's we move to next size. So next size will be the 20 mm. That will give too much of height when comparing to 30 mm. So the 20 mm is medium. When comparing to 30 mm, 20 mm is enough. Okay, after installing 20 mm, the height will be little increase when comparing to 30 mm. That rider feel little comfortable when comparing to stock one. Taking in reverse, have grip between the foot and the ground also increased, and in traffic he also able to manage it. Next we need to check with some testers like ground clearance test. 4-inch speed breaker 50 plus 80 kg. No issues will become with the speed of 27 kilometers per hour. 20 mm is good, I think. Okay, let's check it out with off-roading test. With 20 mm, the gap is also same like 30 mm, but not too much of touching. When comparing to 30 mm, little bit here some noise. When but not too much of noise. Little bit. Okay, just check it with the speed of 45 kilometers per hour. Okay, let's check it out. Same problem will come, but this time we increase the speed of 45 kilometers per hour. In swing arm also not problem. That air filter also not touching that swing arm and air filter. In suspension system also not hitting. Just like a gap also more, but there's a mark on it in shock absorber with 20 mm, and gap also okay. Okay, we need to confirm it because the gap between the mudguard and tire is increased or not when comparing to 30 mm. Nothing will happen, just like same like and 30 mm, but 20 mm it's good, I think, with load of heavy load and speed of 45 kilometers per hour. Okay, so we need to check it on the idling speed. With load of 55 kg, in comparing to 20 mm, 30 mm is good, but some issues like speed brake and off-roading is not good. That's why we need to very comfortable on 20 mm for off-roading with a dead load of high load. Taking reverse in traffic is so good. Okay, we're just checking with 80 kg load of dampering how much of the bouncing will happen in this bike. So no more hittings, the gap is also enough. Let's mark with chalk piece. There isn't some impact, you see, with 20 mm. So you see that's an impact on this in speed breaker 20 mm. Okay, now let's try it on 10 mm. But 10 mm is like too much of reduced when comparing to 30 mm, 20 mm. It's same like in stock, but a little bit height reduced. But this kind of height reduced means the rider feel little bit comfortable when comparing to stock one. I think this is also not good when comparing to 20 mm. Thank you for watching, friends. If you have any questions, text it on Facebook, and you can scan this QR code for direct message on WhatsApp, or you can comment on YouTube. Thank you, friends.